morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to be taking a look at the new promo cards, which are being given out at Pokemon events starting, well, now, essentially. With the launch of Cosmic Eclipse, which literally came out officially yesterday, we've got a bunch of new promo cards, and we can start off looking at the free cards that will be given away at Pokemon Leagues. That is to say, you turn up every week and you play a few friendly games, and you're not earning championship points, but you are getting cool little promo cards. And there are 3 potential ones available: Acrobike, a skateboard, and Fiery Flint. Now, all of these, as has become somewhat of a tradition for our promos, they're all alternate arts which have previously appeared over in Japan. Japan gets alternate art reprints, and eventually they find their way over here as promos. Important to note that they are alternate art promos. That is to say that they will not extend the legality of any of these cards. So to take Acrobike as an example, Acrobike was most recently printed in Celestial Storm, so it is overwhelmingly likely that it will be rotating out in September, and even though this card is just coming out now, there will be no extension to the legality of the card, unfortunately. He gone. So if we start off having a look at Acrobike, Acrobike is a very good card. You look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one of them into your hand and discard the other one. This is a phenomenal card for speed. And it really is as simple as that. If you're playing a nice slow control deck, maybe Acrobike isn't exactly what you're looking for. But if you're going for a faster deck and want to get set up, this is brilliant. It only draws you 1 card, but it does allow you to look at the top 2 cards of your deck, meaning that you are more likely to draw into that particular card you're looking for. Then, of course, you've got to discard a card at the same time, but discarding a card doesn't really matter, because there's plenty of reasons why you would want to. Decks like Malamar or Naganadel want to get energy in the discard pile. Over in Expanded, you've got stuff like Vespiquen and Flareon that want to get Pokemon in the discard pile. There are plenty of reasons to want to play from the discard, and plenty of decks that do. Acrobike is a great little card. Now, you can also go and get yourself a skateboard, and a skateboard is probably the best of the 3 here. A skateboard is a phenomenal card. Now, it's largely used for Jirachi. It's not exclusively for Jirachi, it's not limited to Jirachi, but generally speaking, this tends to be played for Jirachi. What it does is it reduces your retreat cost by 1, but it also allows you to retreat if you are asleep or paralyzed. So Jirachi that looks at the top 5 cards of your deck, finds a trainer card, puts it into your hand, goes to sleep, and has a retreat cost of 1. This is just an absolute no-brainer. You'll whack it on Jirachi, and oh look, now you can retreat for free, and you can retreat even though you are asleep. It's pretty phenomenal. Yes, if you've got retreat cost of 1 and you're not worried about special conditions, U-turn board is a better option. But a skateboard sees a lot more play, because Jirachi is just flat out one of the best Pokemon we've got at the moment. Single price basic, and it really helps you out with your consistency. Jirachi sees a lot of play, and pops up in a whole bunch of decks, and frankly, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon. No, a skateboard's pretty gosh darn good. Now, as a side note, there was actually an Skateboard League promo that came out a little while ago that nobody wanted at the time, because at the time, we still had Floatstone. And no one's playing a skateboard when we've still got Floatstone. And then Floatstone rotated out, and all of a sudden, a skateboard got very, very popular indeed. So we have actually had a League Cup of Skateboard promo. It's the regular skateboard artwork, just a little bit shinier with the League Cup symbol on it. And the last one we're getting here is an alternate art of Fiery Flint. Now, Fiery Flint is a very good card if you're really worried about fire energy. You get to discard 2 cards from your hand, then search your deck for 4 fire energy and put them into your hand. Simple as that. And especially fire decks running around using stuff like Welder to accelerate 2 energy and draw 3 cards, maybe using Heat Factory Prism Star to discard a fire energy and draw 3 cards. It's just a really good way of doing it. If you want to get energy from your discard, we've got Fire Crystal. We do actually have Giant Half as well, that allows you to discard 1 card from your hand and then search for 2 basic fire from your deck. It's just half of a fiery flint. It's pretty good, if I'm honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. It's a nice card. It's not an absolute staple in every single fire deck, but it's a very good card that sees quite a large amount of play, and for that reason we should all be fairly happy that we're getting it as a bit of a promo. So those are the league promos that you can get. But also, you might find yourself at a league challenge. You might find yourself in the top 4 of a league challenge. And if you get to the top 4 of a league challenge, oh look, maybe you get yourself a Professor Elm's lecture. And it will be printed, as you can see, the one on the screen is printed with first place. Now, Professor Elm's lecture is a very nice supporter card that allows you to search your deck for 3 Pokemon with 60 HP or less, and just put them straight into your hand. Now, this is actually really nice for getting out your basics. Now, there's stuff like Jirachi, which is too big and that sucks, but there's plenty of Pokemon out there, like Inkay, for instance, that weigh in at 60 HP and you're off and rolling. And of course, Ditto Prism Star has 40. This is great for Ditto Prism Star. But then, of course, you've got those weird things like Pidgeotto, and it doesn't see as much play now, unfortunately, but for a little while, Alolan Dugtrio, that even though they're evolution Pokemon, they actually rock up with 60 HP, so you can be using Professor Elm's lecture to search out both your basics and your Stage 1 evolutions. Certainly, in any deck that's relying on Pidgeotto, that's got a draw engine built around Pidgeotto, this is a really, really good thing. And for that reason, we see this popping up in a lot of decks all over the place, and it probably will continue to do so. Now, we are getting a decent alternative coming out in Cosmic Eclipse, or I suppose just come out in Cosmic Eclipse, though it's not legal for tournament play yet. And in Cosmic Eclipse, we're getting Professor Oak's setup, which lets you search for 3 basic Pokemon of different types and put them straight onto your bench. The good news is you can get Pokemon that are more than 60 HP. The bad news is you've got to get 3 of different types, although here Ditto Prism Star really does help to make that happen. And they do go straight onto the bench, so you're not getting coming into play abilities, although to be honest, the vast majority of Pokemon with less than 60 HP don't have them anyway. Maybe we could look at, say, the old Rattata from Evolutions as an exception, but generally speaking, we're all right. And if you get yourself over to a League Cup, you'll get yourself a Cherish Ball. And like the escape board that we mentioned earlier, this is just a participation prize. You rock up to a League Cup here, have a Cherish Ball. And this is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Because you see, Cherish Ball is a phenomenal card. Cherish Ball allows you to search for any Pokemon GX and just put it straight into your hand. And yes, that does include Tag Team GXs. It's the reason why GX decks, or at least one of the reasons, are so much better than non-GX decks at the moment. Non-GX decks really want cards like Ultra Ball and Nest Ball, though we are getting some good replacements. I did a video about that recently. I'll pop a link in the description. We're getting a really nice item card for basics and another for evolution Pokemon. I'll link it in the description. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But at the moment, evolution decks don't have very much. They've got stuff like Pokemon Communication. Whereas GX decks, they've got Cherish Ball, and it really is just a huge, huge bonus. Maybe you've got all of these cards. Maybe you don't need these cards, but you know what? That's all right. Because there's going to be plenty of people out there that don't have the cards. And even if you do have the cards, there's different artwork, which is pretty awesome. And even if you don't like the artwork, having them available in other places means that there's going to be more of them in total out there, which is going to bring the price of them down quite considerably, so they're going to be more available for everyone. Frankly, ladies and gentlemen, It's a very good thing, and shout out once again to whoever it is that's picking the promos over at TPCI. They're doing a phenomenal job. But ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to know what you think about all these promos, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. And please do make sure you're checking out youtube.com/WassyPlays, where we talk about a whole bunch of games that don't even have any Pokemon in. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.